What's up guys, Aliaz here. Today I'm going to be doing a solo recording. We're going to be starting a series hopefully on Hand of Fate 2. We're not going to be taking too long. We're going to get into this. I'm going to try not to talk over the voice acting too much. We're going to sort of try and get through this. Probably going to be looking at about maybe 15-minute episodes or so, something like that. I don't want to make these too long, but I also don't want to make them too short. But yeah, like I said, don't want to talk over the voice acting too much because there's quite a bit of it in this game, and it's quite interesting to listen to.
Your memories are fading even now, gone to form the soul of the game we play. These pieces are new, as are the stakes. Life, death, and vengeance. We must ride, for time is short, and you have much to learn. Make your first choice, and let us set these wheels in motion once more.
Alright, well, we're going to pick male here, because I am a male, so...
These cards represent your history, and our game. We know where they end, for you are here. Therefore, these cards must guide you to my side. Let us see what the journey holds. The fool steps into nothingness, because they know no better. In the same way, you must step into the void. You are a blank slate, and together we will write your history.
So here we go. This is the first bit of the game. You've stumbled many miles through the forest in search of the thieves who robbed you. Though exhausted and hungry, you're determined to reclaim your father's amulet. You finally catch sight of the thieves hacking at a large tree and arguing among themselves. We're going to move closer.
Every element of the game has been improved, even those that seem at first glance familiar.
So this
Do
is
not
sort of
worry.
one of the...
You will soon understand the nuances.
So this is sort of one of the mini games inside the game. Basically, there's 4 cards. 3 of them are a success, 1 of them's a fail. I think there's also great success or great fail eventually as well, and they sort of mix up like that. But this first one says 3 successes and a fail, and we managed to get the fail there. You try to eavesdrop on the conspiring thieves, but their voices are muffled by the bushes. You shuffle closer to get a better view. You soon spot a group of farmers coming around the corner bringing their wares to market. The thieves fell the tree into the path of the unsuspecting farmers and leap out, weapons brandished. So we're going to leap to the farmer's defense. It's a good thing to do. Well, you hear the leader's voice. You lads handle this. I'll meet you when you're done. So, there's a card there with 4 greed. That's how many enemies we're going to be facing. And obviously you've got your health and stuff. And also your equipment. You can get different equipment, better swords, better shields, better armor and stuff, I think, as the game goes on. And that can impact the combat quite a bit, which the combat's a big part of this game, and it's quite fun. It's not too hard to learn or anything. It's got some things that it will take you a bit of time to actually learn how to do, but for the most part it's quite easy. It's very hack and slash. Sort of just constant clicking, and with the odd right click in there. And then we can finish that guy here. Finish this guy off, and I think we got 2 more, is it? Oh. No clue what I did there, but I did something. Yeah, I didn't play the original, so I'm not too familiar with the combat or how the first game was, but from what I've heard, it's quite similar, the combat, with a few changes. The farmers fumble in their haversacks in gratitude. Thank you, adventurer. I'm sure that after they took our food, they would have taken our lives as well. So we gain a bit of food there, which will help us in our journey. You fall on the food with a sigh, shoveling bread in your mouth to quell your hunger. Your satisfaction lasts only a moment before you realize your farmer's amulet is not among the takings. Their leader must still have it. You sit to your feet determined to find him. So that's sort of the first challenge, and you move across the board along these cards, basically. Right now we've only got the option to move across one, but eventually we'll be able to move sort of like over and around and stuff. While enjoying a moment beside the fire, you spy a strange figure approaching your camp. It's a goblin, dressed in what must pass for goblin finery. From beneath a filthy fox pelt serving as an ill-fitting wig, the goblin winks at you with wild red eyes. Aha! I've been roaming for hours trying to find you. We must get this over with quickly if I have any hope of getting to all the people on my list before sunrise. It lowers a sack from its shoulder. Now from within my sack I conjure whatever your heart desires. The goblin's voice trails off as he examines his sack. Well, I could if there wasn't a blooming great big hole in it. His head disappears entirely into the bag until his bulbous nose protrudes from the breach. A new plan, then. The goblin pulls out his last trinkets. So I think we're gonna go for like an axe here. It's got a lot more damage than the shield, but I think you can't. So the shield, the sword, but you can't block with it. I think. But you get armor breaker against corrupted enemies. Bash causes additional damage to armored. Perform a critical. Each weapon has a critical strike chance, but it's all dependent on how many hits. So after 6 hits, I can do a critical strike, which does 250% more damage on a single target when activated. And heavy. Bash deals additional damage to armor and enemies while they block. Susceptible to evade, cannot riposte. So we're going to go with this, and we're going to equip it. So it means, I'm pretty sure it's sort of a two-hander, so we can't use a shield with it. But that should be fine. A wise choice. Now I must go. There are many others I must visit before I can rest. The goblin runs off into the night, his foxwig flapping in the evening breeze. So that was sort of the next encounter. Not every encounter has combat and stuff.
This card has a token. Can you find it?
I mean, I'd be sort of thinking if I couldn't. Your journey through a forest is interrupted by an inquisitive child. Are you searching for the forest folk? My uncle says that they used to walk these woods giving out gifts. I want to find one and ask for a lemon cake. I think we just click through here. As they dash off to peer under a nearby log, the child shouts back, "Remember, if you meet the forest folk, get me a lemon cake." In the other direction, an eerie song hangs in the air. You attempt to find its origin. So obviously, 3 successes, 1 fail, 3/4 of a chance. Not likely to fail. You follow the song through thicket and stream until you find an open glade, bathed in golden sunlight. You find an aged maiden, her posture bent like the boughs of a forest. Or boughs of a forest? I'm not sure. It has been 12 winters since I had a visitor. Her voice is a whisper, yet it thunders in your ears. You may visit me when you are in need, adventurer. I'm not good at voices, but I'm gonna try.
If you lose the challenge, you have earned this token.
So I think those tokens give us different cards at the
Nothing
end
could be
when
more
we are
fitting
through
now
it.
than meeting the mage who started this all, or at least started it all for you.
A trail of fallen trees and distraught farmers leads you to the thieves who had stolen your amulet. It seems their infighting has only gotten worse. The bandits surround their former leader, weapons drawn. Everyone will get their fair share. There's no need for violence, the leader implores. Whoever heard of a thief talk about fair shares? Spits one. You turn up and boss us around. We've barely stabbed anyone. It's been days since I've stabbed anyone. Days! The leader notices you approaching and waves you over. As much as I'd love to continue this discussion regarding stabbings, I'm afraid I have urgent business with my associate here. As he greets you, he whispers, "Keep me alive and there'll be plenty of gold for your trouble." Tell him gold cannot replace the amulet he stole. He holds up a finger. First rule of negotiation. Never let them know what you want. Kill my associates and I will gladly return your amulet. Ever reliable, the thieves draw their blades to mug you. The leader hurries to hide. So we're going to fight them here. There's no point not. So they evade heavy weapons more frequently. So obviously against this enemy type, picking the warrior's axe and a heavy weapon isn't going to be as good as a sword. But later on it might, prove a better option. Plus, I love me a good fucking heavy axe. Like, there's nothing I love more in combat than just fucking using a two-handed weapon to just cleave some fools. So I think instead of blocking here, we've sort of got to dodge out of the way. Like, it's not too difficult, but I think it's mainly to do with these it's mainly to do with the enemy types, because these are obviously just bandits. They're not too difficult, so we can deal with them pretty quickly and easily. And you can notice the damage from the sword is up a lot, so we managed to deal with those ones quite quickly and without any help. But yeah, the combat's fun. It's just sort of hack and slash. It's just real fun. With the battle resolved, the thief leader nods in approval at the carnage before him. He holds out a hound. The name is Malaclips, Bard Extraordinaire. His smile fades under your withering glare. Sensing your anger, he raises his hand in surrender. Wait! Let's not be hasty. We're on the same side here. I'm an upstanding citizen, just like you. I've been working with the thieves, yes, but only for the greater good. No, really. They were killing people before I came along. I know it seems bad, but look. He pulls out an amulet from his pocket and presses it into your hands. All is forgiven, yes? You stare at the amulet. It does not look familiar. Oh! Malaclip says, scratching his head. He opens a small satchel. So which one is yours? So here, we get to pick which satchel is ours now. Because we're going heavy weapons, I feel like the bull is a more fitting amulet than the rest. The ox amulet. That suits you. Very similar facial structure. Say, you know what? I'm lonely. You're lonely. We should work together. So, you get companions, which will help you in combat, and they have their own like sort of special abilities and stuff. We should probably get to know one another, seeing as we're going to be friends for life, Malaclip says. Tell me, where are you from? So, this is a new part of this game where you actually get to do some character customization. You get to sort of, you know, just create your own little character, which is quite nice. So it's the same sort of style. You just pick cards and stuff. So you pick, I think, where you sort of pick is where you're from. So we're going to stick with that. I think this is the hairstyle. You know what, we're going to go, I think we're going to go bald. Obviously we're going to stick with the bull amulet. And then this is our sort of crest. No one really speak to me. I think we'll go with... Yeah, we'll go with this one, because I like the colours more out of all of the options there. So it's nothing too fancy, like you're not picking... You don't have a lot of options, but you do have a few to pick from, and they're not bad options. From the Eastern Belt, eh? You don't say. Good swords from the Eastern Belt, very trusting. Oh, by the way, I mean, we, friend, owe money to Vignus of the Thieves Guild. He's quite angry at us. We should journey to Meyerbridge together to appease him. Some gold might help. Although, come to think of it, I'm rather busy. Malaclip's eye is a pretty trader hiking up the road. So it'd be best if you get the gold and I meet you there. So here we are, we're on to sort of the next bit of the adventure. I don't think there's too much left in this sort of mission, but we'll keep going.
Let us learn what sort you are.
Arm wrestling.
Strong,
You're into a competition
clever,
of strength at a fair.
wise. The circumstances under which you come here put the lie to that.
A gold prize is available to the winner. So we need to earn some gold here to pay off the debt. In the first round of the competition, your opponent is the diminutive Roland, a halfling from a travelling troupe of acrobats. So this is the dice
Dice
rolling.
are another small game embedded in our game.
So basically, it's just sort of another mini game. You got to reach the target by rolling the dice. You get 2 re-rolls per thing. So we got 6. So we need to choose 2 dice to re-roll. Actually, could have re-rolled them all, but we'll go with 2. And we didn't make it.
The dice
Well,
are fair, and thus you have lost this round.
You are shocked by Roland's strength. You learn not to underestimate acrobats or halflings. You're knocked out in the very first round. You receive only a pittance. So we earn 5 gold. It's not great. You take the lesser reward for losing in the competition of strength. When you return, a new contest will begin. So we can obviously travel across. We'll travel across and we'll see what this
The
is.
roads have become even more deadly since the Empire has come to power, despite their promises of the opposite.
The road ahead is blocked by an overturned carriage and a woman calling for help. Please help, she cries. I've been robbed by a band of thugs. Is there anything you can do? We'll assist her. It's going to be a pretty hard dice roll, but considering we failed the last one, surely we won't fail this one. We're just going to re-roll 1 because we only need a 2 to pass, and of course we roll a 1. God damn it. Why, thank you. Now, if you would be so kind as to give me all of your gold. The woman draws a pair of concealed blades from her corset. Coming out, boys. You have no time to react as a group of bandits spring from hiding. Here we are back in the combat. We're facing 4 thugs again, so again, this shouldn't be too hard. Ooh. So we can deal with these guys pretty quickly. Trying to finish them off. Finishes are quite nice as well. Oh. Didn't manage to get him there before he hit me. But yeah, like this early combat's extremely easy, but as the game goes on, obviously it should get harder. And yeah, as the story progresses, it's not going to be as easy. With the thugs defeated, you search their bodies for valuables. Oh, and then we have a dice roll to see how much I think money we can find on them. 16.
Victory.
So we've hit the target.
You are learning.
You find some food amongst their possessions. So unfortunately all we got is food. We didn't get any gold there. But we can head on. But I'm going to end it here for today, guys. In the next episode, we'll be continuing on. We'll complete the full, and hopefully we'll reach the next mission, and we'll get through that somewhat. But I've been Alias. If you liked the video, leave a like. Give me a comment. Tell me how I can improve, and whether you guys are enjoying the series. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.